Hello there, Julie.
Hello. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's always good to talk with you. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
I did. I'm still full.
I know, right? I'm going to be eating leftovers. I don't care. I mean, today it was turkey pot pie and a
Right.
side of stuffing, and I'm good. I'm good with that.
Right. Right. As long as there's stuffing, I'm happy.
Exactly. All right. So I'm glad that you had a good holiday weekend. Have you started the Christmas shopping yet?
I'm done. Can you believe it?
Wow.
I'm done. Totally done. I'm so proud of myself. And not only that, they are all wrapped.
Okay. Overachiever.
I know.
No need to brag here.
People are changing the radio station as we speak because they can't stand me. But I have just been very. The problem is we always have this sort of big bill in January and February, and so late December and January. So I spared my husband this year and myself, and so I've been buying throughout the year. So anyway, yeah, it all came together. I'm very proud of myself.
Did is the tree up yet?
No, we're undergoing a house renovation, so I don't know that we'll even have one this year. My children are thrilled. It's fine.
All right.
I can't complain. Life is good.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Now, you've got a piece, though, at IWF.org for those, non-overachievers out there who are still, in fact, engaged in their Christmas shopping. You say that there are environmental activists who want moms to be too scared to shop this Christmas season.
Yeah, so the National Resources Defense Council, and they go by the NRDC, they're like one of these sort of radical environmental groups that every year puts out, they're such Christmas ghouls. They're just such Scrooges. They always put out these, there's several of these organizations who do this, and they always tell people like the shops, in the big box stores, Walmart and Kmart and all the Target, they all stock toxic items, right? And they say things like, there's all these chemicals lurking in your children's toys and in electronic equipment and in foods. And it's just so absurd. And they, and of course, then there's this sort of call to action, call your local store and tell them to pull these things off the shelves. And, they make it seem like if your child even touches an iPad or touches a toy, that they're going to, sort of drop dead from some sort of toxic overdose. And it's just absolutely crazy. I mean, I think reasonable people kind of roll their eyes on this stuff, but there's an awful lot of folks that sort of say, oh, gosh, is there some truth to this? And they react. The reaction is one of two things. They either become an activist and they believe in all this stuff, or they end up buying more expensive items that, I don't know, for whatever reason, don't have, and they're probably not as durable. They're probably, frankly, a lot of these toys, these alternative toys, aren't as safe. And so they leave a few things out of the story, which I kind of talk about in my piece, which is these things are not dangerous. Yes, chemicals are used in plastics and chemicals are used in products nowadays, but they're. I mean, you'd have to, and I'm sorry, this is one of my classic run-on sentences, but you have to actually. So they say like don't buy plastic toys and don't buy this and that. I mean, you actually have to eat the toy. Like a child, if it's, yes, a lot of these toys are made of plastics, and the chemicals often will make the plastic a little bit more malleable, or it'll make it harder so that it doesn't break in the child's hand, or it'll make it softer so that if they chew on it, it doesn't break in their mouth. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We should be happy about that. I mean, chemicals and plastics often make things more durable or cheaper, so they're not as expensive. And so, they leave out why chemicals are used in the first place. They also mention cosmetics a lot. And the thing that frustrates me about that is what they leave out is the story of why cosmetic companies use chemicals. They're usually called preservatives, and there's a reason they're called preservatives, because they preserve things. I mean, I have the same, and I actually mentioned this in my article. I have a stick of mascara that I've had for 7 months. That's disgusting. I should throw that out, and I should replace it. And the reason my mascara doesn't give me an eye infection every time I use it is because it has some chemicals in there to kill the bacteria. So the thing that frustrates me a lot about these stories is you always hear the horrible, scary thing, oh, my God, there's a chemical present. Oh, my God, these things are toxic. These things are toxic in large doses. In the small, almost indetectable doses that amounts that these manufacturers use these chemicals to, again, improve or make safer the product, they're not going to hurt consumers. So again, I wrote this article because you see a lot of this stuff out there, a lot of this nonsense out there, and it freaks moms out. And I want people to just sort of look, go and do your Christmas shopping, buy the things that are affordable, and don't worry so much about these kinds of nonsense claims from these environmental activists.
Talking with Julie Gunlock of the Independent Women's Forum. So what you're saying, Julie, what I'm taking from this is that you need mascara for Christmas.
I do.
That's perhaps not the biggest takeaway you were hoping for, but
I would appreciate if you could text him later.
Okay. No. That was going to be my present to you. Are you kidding? I mean, come on. If your husband can't figure this out now, I'm totally appropriating that Christmas gift because I know that you need it because it's been 7 months since you bought mascara last.
He would be better off to just get me a gift certificate. Knowing him, he'd pick some like purple color or something unusable. But look, I know that it's pretty clear what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying that, look, Christmas is stressful enough. Shopping is stressful enough. And these environmental groups, these environmental activists, who I call fun stealers and wet blankets. I mean, can you imagine what Christmas is like at these people's houses? I mean, just take it all with a grain of salt. If someone says that, the household cleaner you're using is toxic, well, yes, it is if you drink it. Don't drink it. These are the kinds of things that people kind of need to just go, hey, I think they're being a little bit hysterical. And the problem is, though, there are some real consequences to this stuff. I mean, if consumers believe this stuff, then the stores will stop stocking this stuff. If they stop buying it, the stores will stop stocking it, and that means less choices and really more expensive choices, or even products that aren't as safe. So, all this chemphobia and this fear of chemicals and this fear of modern technology really does cost us stuff. So we need to sort of ignore all these calls out there that things are killing us. There is not. Just look at the life expectancy. Look at how much healthier we are as a society. Worldwide, people are living longer, and part of the reason for that is modern manufacturing, which does use preservatives and chemicals to make products better.
Julie Gunlock, listen, I appreciate you coming on the program. It is great talking with you, and I appreciate the dose of reality. I mean, honestly, because you're right. Look, every holiday now, going back to, I blame Pajama Boy. Honestly, yeah. Pajama Boy was, the campaign that said, forget Christmas, forget the holidays. We're going to make everything political now.
Right.
And since then, you're right. Every day, every holiday is just an excuse for the scolds. Or the busybodies or the nannies or the alarmists to try to utilize and capitalize on that mass shared experience.
Right.
We're all, again, most of us are not Julie Gunlock, and we're still doing our Christmas shopping. So, again, this is in a society where we don't have a lot in common. This is one of those things that we, generally speaking, still have in common. A lot of us are shopping right now, right? So a lot of us are thinking about these things. And so these groups are able to say, perfect time to speak to a mass audience, a bigger audience we might otherwise have.
Right.
And again, unfortunately, you're right, Julie, freaking people out is seen as a effective way of, raising interest.
It is a tremendously effective way of raising money, too, which is what these organizations do. Fear is extremely profitable. They understand that, and they're trying to get people when they're scared, particularly moms. It is odious, it is wrong, it is immoral, and I really hope people ignore them.
All right, Julie Gunlock, saving Christmas. And I appreciate you coming on the program. Thanks so much, and we'll do this again soon.
All right, thanks for having me.